millions, like tens of millions every month on volume. We were like 3-4 persons, and we didn't have even a company for this, you know. I was threatened multiple times, come and kill me. I bought a gun and a bulletproof vest. You're welcome to come, I'm waiting.
GM everyone, my name is Degachi, the host of Scraping Bits, and today I'm with Sergej from 1inch. How's it going, friend?
Hi everyone, all good.
Just for the people that don't really know about you, who are you and what do you do?
So my name is Sergej Kunz. I'm software engineer, software architect for 18 years and also security expert. So I'm co-founder of 1inch Network. So my co-founder Anton Bukov, we came to an idea how to improve the space by aggregating among distributed liquidity sources in one single transaction and introduce the aggregation into the DeFi market. Yeah, nowadays working hard with all other 150 core contributors around the globe on 1inch Network and to improve the Web3 space and user experience.
Very exciting. And it's super interesting how you got into basically 1inch. It all started at a hackathon, right?
Yes. So back in 2018, I met my co-founder Anton in person. So we were like chatting a little bit over like 8 months. We were on YouTube together. So we security audits.
How did you meet him?
So it's actually, I met one of his friends who came with his wife to Germany, and his wife, the friend's wife, was in contact with my ex-wife nowadays. Yeah, and somehow, like, I met him through my ex-wife, this guy with his wife, and I tried to to speak with them about crypto because like I was already like mining Ethereum, you know, like built my own rigs in Germany and just played around with that. And they said like he's not interested at all in crypto, and but he has a friend who is like also always speaking about crypto and, like me, and he introduced me to Anton like early 2018. It was I guess like March or something, like May I guess 2018. And I had actually almost no contact with Anton, a little bit, and then one day I started to do YouTube. You know, like I had my YouTube channel Crypto Maniac.
Yeah. And
I was speaking about mining. I tried to improve my skills, you know, and like presenting something, I started to do security audits. Like I tried to explain people they shouldn't invest in Ponzi schemes, you know, because they will lose money, and you know, try to explain this is a program, a smart contract, like basis, like, and someone can build into the smart contract a backdoor and steal all the money and everything. Yeah. And Anton joined a live stream. He asked like to join because he was already experienced. Yeah. So and after that first live stream, I would say we just tried to explain and how smart contracts works, because I was not experienced in smart contracts. I was like I guess like 14, 15 years of software engineer experience I had, but like almost nothing in smart contracts. And Anton was already experienced. He did already multiple hackathons and so on. And after that, we spent half of a year on YouTube. Like we were like streaming up to 8 hours a day, or mostly in the night. Yeah. And this little bit show, you know, like there were a lot of Ponzi schemes on smart contracts. We tried to fight against them by explaining people that they shouldn't invest in them. I was threatened multiple times that they come and kill me. So I bought a gun. Okay. I bought a gun and the bulletproof vest, went out online for the live stream, said like, guys, you're welcome to come. I'm waiting. So it was kind of crazy situation also. But the show kind of was kind of show for the people. They were really happy to see us, and a lot of people learned also writing smart contracts based on our audit videos, because we explain like how to like what they should like look for if they like write something. You know, we explain like the functionality behind all the methods implemented in smart contracts which we have audited. And end of 2018, Anton offered me to go to the hackathon. I was never on a hackathon, so I didn't participate in one. And I joined them. We met in Singapore. Oh yeah. I met also Vitalik. It was ETH Singapore. I met a lot of other people, and we had that experience enough that we can just build something overnight and we can win prizes. You know, we won 3 prizes: one from MakerDAO, one from Kyber, and one from Set Protocol. And we thought like, we can do it every month. So we started to travel around the globe. So I was almost everywhere in Bangalore, in India, in South Africa, in New York, Boston, Denver.
The whole globe.
The whole globe, really. And one of the hackathons we have built 1inch in New York. So we were like, normally the process is like, we come to the hackathon, we try to feel it, what we should build. So we speak with a lot of people. In New York, I spoke with Vitalik Buterin. I spoke with Hayden Adams, the founder of Uniswap. And we came to the idea, why the hell no one is segregating these exchanges? Like Anton suggested to build one single page where you can choose one of the liquidity sources, and then you can exchange on them. And I told them it makes no sense. It's not efficient, It makes maybe sense to write an algorithm which makes a distribution among liquidity sources based on the rates. So I'm actually like very bad in algorithms. Nowadays I try to improve my skills. But back into the days, and I have also no degrees. I have no bachelor or master degrees or something like that. So I'm just software engineer. I learned software engineering in Germany and worked just very hard in different startups and enterprise companies as well. So, and I told Anton to write one. I had just the gut feeling, that this is the right way. And he recognized, that could work, but he was not sure. He went like for three hours offline. He was remotely from Moscow. And nowadays he's in Amsterdam living, but looking to the early days, he was in Moscow. And he came back with an algorithm. I integrated this algorithm in a D app, in a Web3 app, and it worked, And I pitched to everyone there on the hackathon. Almost no one understood it. One guy said, like, this is the next big thing, The organizer, the Liam Horn, he said, like, whoa, I need to sit, I need this, he told, like, I need this. I swapped, and I got really bad rate, and I need to look at the liquidity because, like, back in the days, the liquidity was not that distributed like it's nowadays. So we have right now on Ethereum 30,000 liquidity sources. If you swap on 1inch. And back in the days it was less, but anyway it was like pain, to go to the DAX and look and everything.
Oh yeah, man. Doing manual like exchange rates and trying to find the best one all the time. Oh bro, that was
so we solved this, we introduced aggregation market to everyone, and people start to share the link to the D app which we have built over the hackathon. So on the hackathon I didn't sleep 56 hours.
Oh,
so
wow.
It was crazy, we had really nice idea, but I understood that I need to give everything because we need to deliver it at the end of the hackathon to maybe get the main prize and get some traction. But we didn't win anything except small prize from ENS, $300, which I used to pay my airplane ticket back to Germany. So, and like 2 weeks after the hackathon, normally we don't continue work after the hackathon, on the projects. We have built also like video streaming platform by using WebRTC and payment channels. So people can actually stream, and someone who consume, they pay for each kilobyte, So, we didn't continue work on such projects, but 2 weeks later, Anton called me and told me this volume. And at first I didn't understand what she's talking about. And she said, like, this is like, we have one smart contract of 1inch. We have volume. It's like tens of thousands of dollars. It became then a week later hundreds of thousands of dollars volume. Like people exchange, swap
people start using
assets.
it. Wow. After a hackathon.
And we created a Twitter account. And this time I was living in the office. So my ex-wife decided to leave me and told me I should move out of home flat. So I had no other options to live in my dirty office where I had my mining farm.
The mining farm, the good old mining farm.
I was sleeping on the air mattress and had my daughter every 3-4 days. And she still remembered asking, did we really live in the office with no shower?
Oh my God,
but it's a nice experience. I understood what means freedom, So I was free in traveling. I was free in building, and I used this time to work on 1inch first, like in the nights, because day over I had a job at Porsche. So I was working for Porsche
Yep.
as a DevOps engineer and security expert then later. And they over had no time for this. Anton as well. He was working for Near, building the Rainbow Bridge. And in the night, we were hacking together. It was fun. It's like hobby, you know. And it was not profit driven at all. So we were working with 2.5 men, like I, Anton, and our friend Michael, who helped us a little bit with the algorithm. We were working 1.5 years without raising any funds or something, you know, from May 2019 to early 2020. Yeah, we spent just on free time by building something what was highly used.
And how did you start to expand after this hackathon? Did you how did you start? Did you start to hire at all? Did you spend any money on marketing, etc.? Like, how did you really scale from there?
We had no money, you know, like I personally had no money except like a little bit for the hackathons, but we won something on the hackathons. So I got my money back. So it's like, it was a successful investment kind of, but we had no money. Also similar to Anton, he has a family with wife and 2 kids and also didn't earn a lot on Near. Also in Germany, you know, like as a senior software engineer, you get really small amount of money.
The taxes as well.
Taxes, half you pay taxes.
Yeah.
And kind of this is the real life, you know, like you're living from month to month and try to save a little bit money, but you cannot really. I had to pay to my ex-wife. I had to pay for the apartment where she was living. For my daughter, I had to pay, and also had to organize money to when she's with me. That I also spend money for her and for clothes and whatever else. So we had no money. So what you do when you have no money, you became highly creative, you know. So we started to use memes. Anton like memes. He's like a pro in creating memes. So and we leveraged our connection to all people. Like every time when we met someone on hackathon, we created a Telegram chat. So, and they knew us, you know, we had we were speaking with them about integration 1inch if it's a liquidity source, or just partnership, or just speaking because they are also hackers, you know, software developers. So, and then when we created a new release, like if we integrated a new source, so we introduced a new algorithm, which used multiple market depths, you know, like this multi-routing algorithm which we introduced back in 2020. End of 2020. We just used memes and worked with the community. We spoke with the community, you know, and our community was growing. And of course, there were some dramas with competitors who just start to use our code without taking care about IP rights, copyrights, and licenses, you know. But we sorted it out, and but we couldn't hire anyone. So Michael was like we called us 2.5 men, like I, Anton, and Michael, who was like a little bit in a part-time, little bit helping us. He became also advisor, and then he's still our lead software engineer. We are really happy to have them.
Nice, yeah.
I guess early 2020 we got some funds from the community. So we participated on Gitcoin grants.
Right,
I asked actually a grant from Ethereum Foundation, but they declined.
Oh wow.
They said like they don't see no value in 1inch, and I thought okay. That's really sad. That's really, really, really sad. And we are now the biggest pre-application out there. Staying together with Uniswap and we did it like from zero to current situation. We have 200 to 500 million US dollars volume every day. Yeah. So it's really huge. So someone from the community had fat fingers, you know, and typed not 5K, he typed somehow 50K, and he donated through Gitcoin grant. And we were really like, wow, shocked. So, and we asked this guy, maybe this is a mistake, and he said like, yes, this is a mistake. He had fat fingers, but it's okay, guys. You deserve it.
Oh wow!
So build something, do something with this money. Build something with this money. You know, I'm using your product. I love your product. It solved my pain. And we thought like, okay, nice, very nice. And we used this money to hire Kirill. He is our right now senior lead backend engineer and blockchain engineer as well. and he was I guess 21 or something, and he was working like a beast, like it's not really that we hired them, we had consulting agreements with them, so they have also kind of also skin in the game. He got also some allocations then from the foundation with the tokens because he contributed early, and we just used the money to pay him so he can live, and work for these projects. And we ourselves, we didn't pay to ourselves at all, and we were just like trying to use this money which we got from the community highly efficient to not waste it, So and we started. Kirill started to contribute. I also wrote code, Anton wrote code, then some more people came. Nowadays we are 150 around the globe. Yeah. Not all, of course, all software engineers. We have also people who are working with the community, providing support. So if you go to 1inch, the app, you get a support chat. So you can chat with these guys, you can ask them something. There are people who are writing blog posts, like educational content. We have a nice event team. I guess since you are also in Dubai here, I would love to invite you to our parties, one of our famous products, I would say. So like networking events where you can meet a lot of people, and it's really nice atmosphere. And we would love to see you.
That'd be great. Thanks for the invite.
Yeah. And about like money at all, like for us, it was not about the money. It was like a wave which you ride, and this wave is just the community support, and also the feedback that people are using something what you're building. It's like with Zuckerberg, I guess. Like when he started to build Facebook, he was also like, he recognized this is something what people need and use. And that's why we continue to build, and we couldn't raise 1.5 years long.
Oh, wow.
It was really difficult. Like my background is software engineering, software architecture, and I had also my own company for aggregation for telecommunication services like SMS, HRRs.
Right, yeah.
Is
that still going, or did you shut it down?
It's this telecommunication service is already shut down, but I still use this company because we have some like people who are working from Germany and providing consulting services, to different structures we have. I had no idea, and Anton as well, how to raise money. So because also the culture of raising money is different. Like if you look into US, like Silicon Valley people. And you look at Germany, and like, first of all, you never will get a share allocation or option for the share, like for the stock of the company, if you're a developer. So I never got the offer. I asked already for this, and you just get paid. Monthly payments, it's also not very high. And also if you are very experienced, like I had 15 years of software engineering experience, I didn't get a lot, of course, as well. But for this country, it's a lot. When you work for Porsche and get this salary, they look on you that you are rich,
Definitely.
But at the end, you have maybe 1,000 euro left on if you have luck at the end of the month, so you can invest or something. But anyway, and so we didn't know how to do that, and we learned it. So I did in my life at least 1,000 pitches, I guess. So I pitched to everyone. I pitched to the dog next from a neighbor, So I pitched to everyone. We collected the feedback. We understood that we need to work with the feedback. If someone asks a critical question, then you need to have answer. So. And one day, I guess Dragonfly came and said, like, guys, why you have millions, like tens of millions every month on volume? Why you didn't raise yet? What's going on? And we were like still like three, 4 persons in this structure, like working. We didn't have even a company for this, So
straight out of the hackathon.
And they said like, take our money. And then build. And we're like, okay, cool, nice. And after that, also Binance started to move faster. So we were also communicating with Binance, and like CZ was not really, moving forward.
Right.
And we got also feedback from some German investors. They said like, guys, you had just luck. and we are not sure that you can continue with building, innovating, and growing in the space, or in general. So they just said, like, we have luck. We got luck. And I told them, okay, fine. It's okay. It's fine. And and we were able to save the first financial round, and 3 months later we closed the second one because the demand was really high. It became really, I don't know, famous to try to get investment in 1inch. And end of 2021, we raised the third round. Right. So in total, we raised, I guess, 190 millions, and we have like 26 years or something to operate with this money right now.
And so when you got this money, like, how did you know how to allocate it? I'm sure you did like previous startups in the past, but when you get this abundance of money and you have this first protocol or first project, how do you know where to like put it and keep your IP safe when you hire and manage everyone while you're wearing all these hats? It's very chaotic in these times.
It is. The thing is, so I'm coming from South Germany. There's a specific culture. It's kind of Schwaben country, we call it. Okay. Germany. There's specific culture to be efficient in spending of money, of resources, and so on. Yeah. And so I grew up there. So I was born in Siberia, in Russia. So back in the days, grew up from 12 years to in Germany. And so I still keep it. Also nowadays, like we have the approach that we spend only for efficient things. So we got more people involved, and of course we had some mistakes in terms of, like, there were some people who became greedy, but we reacted very fastly and removed those people also from our structures, which we have. To avoid damages. So, but it works. It works very well. Actually, we have nice people. We have people in South Korea who have also very interesting approach for how to approach work. How to, like, mentality in terms of working culture. So they are strict, they are highly committed, give everything. This is actually like our DNA. We give everything. That's why we called us in the early days when we were participating on hackathons, crypto maniacs. In terms of maniacs, like that we overcommitting, to everything what we're doing. You need to take care. You need to have overview if you're building your startup. My first kind of side project, this telecommunication aggregation company, it was built with my own money, with small money and like with almost no resources. And I had like 2 developers. Then I removed these developers and did everything by myself. Then you need to learn to understand everything what's going on. If you have such a company, you need to really to understand the work, and you should be ready to do the work by yourself.
100%.
Just very important.
If you have no money, you only have yourself or your friends, and you need to be a technical founder unless you have money. And the only way to be that is to have really in-depth expertise in whatever field, or at least have an edge in some way, have some creative edge to actually get traction. And I think one of the hardest things is really getting over those big humps in, to getting to an MVP and, getting off the ground is that's where like most startups fail, is getting to the MVP, and even just trying to get liftoff is the hardest part. And so what were the hardest things you experienced while building 1inch and even past startups?
The thing is, when we have built the first version of 1inch on the hackathon, we were already ready kind of to have this walking speed, like development speed. Because we learned through participating on all the hackathons, we learn how to deliver fast, highly efficient. But on a hackathon, you have just 2 nights, right? So, and it's a good example in New York that I didn't sleep 56 hours. It was crazy. It's like crazy for my body. I almost died. I guess it was like at the end, the room started to change behind me, but I was focused on the computer, like on MacBook, writing the last pieces of code. we learn how to move fast. It's very important to people who are raising, building startups, innovating. They need to go fast. It's okay to build something over 2 days. It fulfill maybe a need for like half year. Maybe a microservice, for example. And then you can just drop it, just destroy it and build a new one. Every time, like refreshing code, building new things and building some things which solve a pain right now for maybe 1 year. It's okay. I get sometimes people here at 1inch that, we have some different teams, and team leads, they hire by themselves, consultants, or inside of our structures or companies. Yeah. I get people who are coming from enterprise and saying, whoa, in 2 years we'll have trouble. And I tell them, 1 year in Web3 is like 10, 20 years in traditional world. Yeah. It's changing every month something. Someone gets hacked, someone introduces a new innovation. Ubisoft starts to do the same as we do. We need to adapt. We need to adapt, and you need to go fast. And you cannot plan for 2 years. You cannot even plan for 1 year,
Yeah.
And this is the challenge sometimes to get the right people on board, with whom you can push. And sometimes we do hackathons. The last Fusion upgrade, which we did last December, it took 1 month to build it. So
it's not that long. I came.
Yeah, it's like it sounds like wow, 1 month. It cannot be, like if we had $11 billion on Fusion. Fusion is this new decentralized Nasdaq approach which we introduced, where you have like this little bit of account abstraction, where you just give a permission that you want to trade one asset against another asset in specific price range, and a Dutch auction starts. Yeah, and market makers come and execute against your order, and they compete with each other, so you get the best execution. So. We have built it just over a month. I can tell you how it was. It was like early 2022. I recognized that I was front run. Like I provided liquidity to Uniswap. I also tweeted about that. Hayden also reacted on that, and wrote to me in PM like, hey, how we can help, or can you explain a little bit more so we understand? But we got these problems with math. With bots who are front-running people and sandwich them, and to extract maximal value from the transaction of the user. Someone exchanging on Uniswap, then you get sandwich, or on other decentralized exchanges, because they didn't think about math protection when they have built these protocols. And that's why I came to the idea like, but it cannot be. It's really not user friendly. It's a pain. Yeah. And I came to the idea: why not to introduce a kind of like abstraction layer? Where user just give you permit, like a order. Yeah, like it's done on Nasdaq, for example. And someone who is highly professional can protect themselves from math, execute it. If someone needs to arbitrage, they can use flashbots, like these market makers. We have 10 market makers right now listed on 1inch. It's like, in our network, market makers, like resolvers, we call them, they're acting like validators, They execute some work, and this is matching orders, from users. So, and they can protect by themselves, and they can even work with own liquidity, so they don't have to use flashbots or something. They just work with own liquidity and fill from own wallets, order and hedge on centralized exchanges. So I came to my guys, and we have multiple teams. I pitched this initiative. So we have initiative system bones here with us, and everyone can come with initiative and can pitch and explain why we should do that or so. And we started to work on Fusion solution on this new swap, new kind of swaps. And I recognize that it's very slow. We are distributed around the globe. It's really like this lack of communication, potentially also a little bit leadership in terms of that they need to be one who pushing it. I try to push it. But anyway, it's difficult, And I told guys, we need to meet. And we did a hackathon in Dubai. Yeah. We spent a little bit money to get a hotel. We got a lot of people. I guess it was like 40 people
in
who
one
came
hotel?
to Dubai. Yes, with families, with kids, with wives, like with husbands. And they and we had a room, like it was a restaurant actually, but we reserved this restaurant for us only.
Okay.
And we were working there, hacking there over a month. And in this month, we were able to finish the full work, which was necessary to publish it to production. In this time, we got already the security audits of the smart contracts. So, and we were able to launch it in December. And nowadays we have we got 11 billions of US dollars already on Fusion. People were always protected by design from math. So when you right now go and swap on 1inch in the Fusion mode, it's normally on by default. If it's possible to enable it, you are not facing sandwich attacks anymore.
Yeah.
No running attacks. And we sourced the whole liquidity on the market. The market makers who breached liquidity from centralized exchanges. So I call it this decentralized Nasdaq. It's really like that. Huh?
You mentioned, you learned all about all this MEV stuff, right? To integrate that into Fusion, but you built a whole protocol around aggregating the best rates, which sounds great for an MEV team, right? Or high frequency trading. So why didn't you go down that route by any chance?
Before 1inch, I was experimenting with arbitrage. So I understood that the money is actually like on the floor, and you need just to collect it.
Yeah, exactly.
And I started to do that, but I recognized there was other people who actually recognized me and started to do the same or front run me. So I thought but this is really pain. This is really pain, And if you use our algorithm for arbitrage, we can do it. Actually, we don't allow it in our services that you choose Ethereum to Ethereum. So actually, you can just say, okay, I exchange one Ethereum to one Ethereum, and in the middle, our algorithm will find all arbitrage opportunities in one single transaction. So you just need two calls, one call to get the quote and one call to get the call data, and then you can actually execute by yourself. So you can arbitrage easily. But we understand that the market is small, and how much money can you do from it? Of course, if you look on the math bots right now, first of all, it's actually not legal from my point of view. What they do, this front running and sandwich, from my point of view, is stealing money. This is illegal activity. And then we back in the early days, we had less people generating volumes. Now this is different, but I would never do that. It's something. It's doing something bad, instead of doing something good. And we decided to do something good, and this is actually offering arbitrage algorithm to everyone to become arbitrage trader.
Yeah, for sure.
So, actually everyone, when someone swap on 1inch, they get the best execution because under the hood, arbitrage algorithms are used to split among. Also in the back days, I guess no one was splitting among these exchanges, they were just, okay, this order which I can front run and then trade on one single source. But no one was using algorithms in terms of also multi-path algorithms when you, I don't know, when you need to arbitrage all different markets, in one single transaction. So we introduced this back in 2020 with this multi-path algorithm. No one was doing it before us. So I actually built it on the couch of my sister, the first algorithm, sitting with Anton on the call. And we were thinking it's not efficient to swap just one market, USDC to Ethereum. It makes sense to exchange USDC to Ethereum, USDC to USDT, and then to Ethereum because there's also liquidity USDT to Ethereum, right? And jump from USDC to USDT is not painful. There's low slippage, so it makes sense. So, and we started to build a prototype. I built graphs. I draw graphs by hand, and we came to a solution which is nowadays our Pathfinder algorithm. We still improve it. I have a new approach right now, also graph-based.
Have you ever thought about doing cross-chain, 1inch? Instead of aggregating just a single chain, you aggregate the entire ecosystem of blockchains. And although there might be a bridge, a bridge fee, it might still be more efficient to do on one chain and transfer over to another one. I don't know if that's something you thought about, but it seems like it could be an avenue.
So the thing is, if we would integrate aggregation among bridges and swaps, it becomes not atomic.
Yeah,
this is a problem, So theoretically, the user can face bad experience in terms of that they swap bridge and then
the rate changes while you're waiting.
The rate change, they face slippage, or the bridge and then try to swap. It doesn't work because rates changed, or the bridge was hacked. And we see bridges as a not efficient solution. We have something in the pipeline. So right now, we met with our teammates, also with my co-founder, Anton. We came to something what is more efficient than a bridge. And we discovered this situation right now. So Uniswap also decided to go cross-chain. I guess they use a fork or something, what I understood. From our point of view, it's like, if you do something what is not efficient and introduce risks for the user, maybe you shouldn't do that. It's like with the Morpheus law. If something can go wrong, it will go wrong. And we try to avoid this. When we write smart contracts, they are highly efficient. They are small. And if you don't have anything what can break, then it will not break. We have no admin keys, admin rights or something. This just smart contract which is written in the stone, a program can be changed and maybe stopped. I guess DAO can stop our contracts in terms of like if there's a vulnerability or something. We try to make as many security audits as possible. I guess last one was around 10 security audits for the last release. Cross-chain is a special topic. We are discovering right now what we can do. Potentially we have a good solution, which would work also with Bitcoin. So just imagine you sell your Ethereum for Bitcoin and you get real Bitcoin in your Bitcoin wallet.
Yeah.
And this is highly safe, highly secure. And highly efficient. And we are discovering. Also the same, adding Bitcoin support to our 1inch wallet, self-custody wallet, which you can download on the App Store. We also discovered to add.
As a founder / co-founder, I think it's a psychological game of success, of really being able to push through all the struggles you go through at the start. And it sounds like you've been through like a lot as well in this journey. Doing it on your sister's couch is what you said before, right? So,
yes.
Like, what was kind of going through your mind at that time? I know like the startup life is super hard, and if you're in a position financially as well that is also tough, and you're going through all these other external things, what did it really take to get to the point where you are now and push through all this stuff and really believe that you can do it? So I guess. How did you really face all these challenges, and what was going through your mind during these times?
I would say just do it. If you I'm really feeling based person. So, and I'm, however, I said I have no degrees, so I'm also very bad in algorithms, but I'm based on the feelings. I can recognize that maybe this way is a good way. And I would suggest to everyone, if someone thinking about starting a startup or going also just to become own boss, and starting to providing consulting services. If you feel that if it feels good, the idea feels good, and do it. And keep doing it. Of course, I tried really long time from 2007. Also, was providing consulting services a little bit, and also have built the aggregator for SMS communication services. And of course, it's difficult because you have potentially not enough experience. Maybe you need someone I got Anton Bukov, my co-founder, which is experienced in different fields than I am. And of course we have some matches as well where we are both experienced, but we fulfill to each other. Of course it's sometimes difficult to find a person with whom you can work, because 100%. People when start to become kind of about traction. If you get more traction, if you get money, then people start to act differently. And it's really difficult to find the co-founder. But also if you, for every person, individually, if it's from our point of view, it feels good in terms of okay, this is what I want to do. It's also about freedom, human is is happy when the person get freedom, and can do what they want. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Of course, there are people they just want to sit on the couch and watch TV, but it's like a motivation question,
Yeah.
And in 2019, I was sleeping only 3-4 hours a day. Yeah.
Oh wow.
And I somehow figured out it was working. Sometimes I had to sleep on weekends, maybe a little bit more, but like a week over, I was like, when I was driving with the train to the office where I was working, like for Porsche or consulting companies, I didn't watch movies, didn't hear music or something.
Yeah.
I opened my MacBook and I wrote code. I experimented. Yeah. When I came back from like 8, 9, 10 hours job, I spent time with my daughter, with my family, and in the night I started to work on my own things. For example, I discovered new technology. I did some experimentations, like R&D, like research. Did my research. So I developed myself always. Yeah, and this is hard work through the whole life. Yeah. Yeah. So also the beginning in the school, I had my school. After the school, I spent almost the whole time to work on technologies to learn software engineering. So I learned actually programming by myself, and then got the last kind of knowledge in the company where I started to learn software development. This is like we have in German specific approach. You don't have to study. You can just work in the company 3-4 weeks, and for a couple of weeks you go to the school, and then after 3-4 years you're a software engineer.
Oh yeah.
So and the thing is, I spend more time to develop myself, and this no one can take it from you. From no one. Your knowledge and this everything. Yeah, this everything gave me the chance to build this what we have right now together with Anton, other people who joined us. Yeah, this is I guess it.
Yeah, 100%. Skills. There's two things that really I think allow you to capture an opportunity. There's money, and then there's just skills and the creativity behind it.
The money thing is, of course, money makes life comfortable. Yeah, but it's not something what is really necessarily to have to get success, to achieve something.
It's a great assistant.
Yes, just spend your free time. Less people spend on free time for research. To learn something,
Yeah.
It's really difficult. Like, I don't know, like also in my family, if I look, my sister, for example, she would like to know more about Web3 space. And I told her where to start. Like I told her, like, read 2 books from CoinGecko, How to DeFi for Beginners and for Advanced. And then you will a little bit understand already. But, she's not doing it. Like, she started to do it, but she broke. Like, it's not her, like, she doesn't feel that it's like,
you need the passion.
She should do it.
And the drive to do it.
You need passion. Yeah, you need the passion. And this is something what drives you, what drives me always. If I don't understand something, I try to find explanation and try to understand how this works. Yeah. And also, I very often use people. So I'm a little bit abuser, I would say. Yeah. So if someone is, I don't know, did like really nice training in terms of psychological approaches, working with business partners or employees or something, I ask them, like, what is this about? And I try to do cherry picking, like I ask them, okay, this is nice, explain. So what did you understood? So I try to get the knowledge from people which is like already, compressed. The information is already kind of ready for me to consume. So it's easier for me to just speak with someone to get the knowledge. I guess Elon Musk is doing the same. He asks people like, what do you think about this material? Yeah, why this material? Yeah, why not another material for, I don't know, rocket? Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like when you interact with a human, it's very they're like extreme aggregators of information. So if you can talk to them for some time, then you can extract a lot of alpha. Because
you became
experience and whatnot.
Yeah, you became also very knowledgeable. Also, the same with my co-founder. I started to to participate with him on the hackathons, I learned a lot. I learned in 1 year what I didn't learn in the last 10 years before.
Yeah, I mean, like you did 17, right? You just went across the globe, and I mean, yeah, you learn a ton in those environments. You know, you got a very restrictive time frame to get stuff done, and that will build a lot of skills that you wouldn't get otherwise, I think, unless you're purposely giving yourself time restrictions. But it's also a competition as well, so that's also a massive driver. But you know, once you like, you know, got off the ground and got to where you are now, and you've gone through this entire phase of, you know, startup life to now becoming, you know, a pioneer in the space, what do you think you should have done differently when you look back at it, to get to the point where you are now or even further?
I wouldn't change anything.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, really nothing. Of course, I wish that I would maybe buy 2011 some Bitcoins, or would start to invest every month 100 euro into Bitcoin. Yeah, from 2011, where I got first touch points with it. But if I would do this, I wouldn't be able maybe to build 1inch together with Anton.
You'll be in a different environment, right? Yeah, completely.
Yeah. I would get rich with the first bull run. Then with the bull run maybe 2018, and very rich. Yeah, if I would start to invest in 2011, and then, you know, well, what would I do? I wouldn't. You know, it's like you win something. You know, if you invest, like investing money and get a lot of it, like 1,000x or something from it. It's different to something where you earn, like you, in terms of like you do some work, and based of your work, you get something for this.
Yeah.
And this is two different things. So sometimes it's not sometimes. Very often it's happening when someone win a lot of money, like hundreds of millions or tens of millions or maybe 1 million. They actually face a huge problem. They get sick, you know, also mentally, the goal of the life, you know, and yeah, this is a problem. Better is to work, to improve your skills, to earn this money. And when you earn, then you understand how to spend it, that you understand how difficult it is to get it. Yeah. So also to my friends or family, you know, sometimes someone comes and asks for money. You know, they have personal troubles. I don't know. And I try to explain them that it's like I'm not a bank. It was really hard to earn this money, you know. And I have my daughters. I have huge responsibility, and I have my family, my parents, my sisters, and I need to take care about them and also about me. And this money, which I earn every month and earned before, it was difficult to get it, you know, for sure. Like for normal people, like in Germany, who get like 2,000 euro a month, it's a lot of money. What I get maybe right now is a compensation, monthly compensation, you know, for my work. It's a lot, but it's hard. It's also hard for me every day. I spend on the phone, like we communicate a lot because it's a lot of people. I spend a lot of time also with my work, less for my private life. I'm traveling a lot. I do keynotes, you know. It's also hard work. I need to prepare myself. It's difficult also to speak to all these people out there, you know.
Oh yeah, definitely. Once you
also traveling is really nightmare. Becomes nightmare to travel around the globe. Next month I go to Australia. It's 16 hours of flight.
Oh yeah.
And then after Australia, I go to Istanbul. Looks like it's 22 hours of flight.
Australia's just far away, bro. That's why it's the middle of nowhere. But yeah, I think like definitely curating your network is probably the main thing in any success. Or at least it will definitely help get to where you want to go. Like for me, this podcast has been amazing because you know I've spoken to so many people in so many areas, and then I extend myself into that network, and then it keeps expanding like that, and it's just been terrific in a way that I can extract domain knowledge in just an hour, but also, you know, have a good conversation with them, because I think a lot of people, you know, once you get to this higher level, it's it's very repetitive of explaining, what you're doing, etc. But it's good to release, your whole life and at least get it out there. Because I don't think a lot of people really ask that. It's more about, I want to use you to learn how I can do the same so I can get the money, etc. I think the genuine connection is kind of hard to come by.
I guess people should be not money driven from our point of view. They should be success driven. And when you have success, then money is, I guess, like something what
it's like inevitable, basically.
Just comes automatically.
Yeah. And I want to touch point on the mining. The mining is quite interesting. So did you ever how did you get into that, and why aren't you doing it now? Because I think it's still a great skill to have.
It was funny. It was funny to build our own rig. So I have seen a video on YouTube and I thought wow, that's nice. You can put 6-7 graphic cards on one motherboard. It's crazy. And so I just played around, did some research. It was funny to build something like that. And it was funny that it was profitable to mine. One day it became not profitable in Germany to mine at all. So I stopped to do this. I had 15 kilowatts or something.
Oh, wow.
Electricity consumption. It was a lot. It's 100 graphic cards or something. I sold also before the crash. So I got my gut feeling again. And I got the feeling that it's time to sell. And I sold for more money than I bought. So I did some profit on the half year, and I used it 1 year or something, or 2 years. It was funny. It was also good thing to understand how that works. How proof of work works. How the network works, how the communication between nodes works. Such things were really interesting. It was for me a nice pet project.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And, spent a lot of time for this. I was building also own mining rigs. Completely by myself.
I think it's a niche skill because I don't think a lot of people are even doing that. And I think it could translate very well into optimizing your own nodes, editing them, but also going to block building, relays, validators, and these are increasingly more, I guess, niche.
Nowadays, I have only 24 hours a day. I have a lot of keynotes. Here in Dubai, last week, I had 2 keynotes, participating on 3 different conferences. Blockchain Future Summit is coming. I'm speaking there as well. There's a lot of people are coming to me who would like to speak with me. Some of them pitch some ideas. It's also interesting to see there are new projects coming, new innovators coming. It's interesting to get some feedback from the community in terms of also user experience, or maybe I understand that a lot of people didn't recognize that we have own self-custody wallet. It's really funny. We have 2 teams working for this and trying to explain people, to push, to onboard people. But it's a good feedback. But it's difficult with the time, and I cannot do everything. I'm doing a little bit research also in my free time when I have 3 hours, or in airplane, building on new algorithm approaches, testing it, or building on P2P networks. So I like this idea with P2P network where everyone can participate and don't have to trust anyone, can verify everything with the cryptographical approaches. So we are also researching. There's also another team right now, try to join to 1inch teams with the research of P2P network for 1inch.
And one final question is, where do you see yourself in the next year? Because I know 5 years, it's very hard to kind of envision that. A lot can change in just 1 year, right? So I want to know, where do you want to see yourself in 1 year? Where do you picture yourself?
In 1 year. So
not too far, but
yes. I think I will contribute as much as I can into 1inch network in the next 12 months and above, then also in the next future for sure. I try to introduce something what would also improve the space, with my teams, in personal manner. I wish to spend more time with my daughter. So right now it's kind of I need to travel a lot, and she's with my ex-wife, and I try to spend more time with my daughter. It's very and family as well. So my family also comes to Dubai.
Right. Yeah.
Also with
family.
me sometimes. The next holidays we will vacations in school with my sister, with her children, with my daughter. We will go also to Dubai here and spend some time together. Yeah, I think I will continue my researches, working to improve Web3 space for sure by contributing to 1inch network and traveling around the globe and onboarding more people. I'm sometimes I'm wondering myself when I go on a stage and ask people, can you explain what is a DEX? This would maybe one guy
really?
in the crowd, saying he knows. This is maybe not the right answer, On a crypto conference, I see new people, and we need to educate them. So I'm pushing also a topic right now here inside of 1inch Network with the own book that we write about Web3. So this is kind of my goals, like family and like in terms of professional things. Pushing forward what we are already doing.
Yeah, nice, and hopefully. You might even stumble across a new interest as well, and you go pursue that on top of 1inch. But yeah, it's been terrific talking to you, Sergej, and I'm super pleased you jumped on at such short notice, and I think it's been a terrific chat. And thank you so much for jumping on.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to come and speak here. Yeah, and how it said, come to our party. Let's meet.
Let's do it, man. Cool. Thank you, everybody, for listening, and thank you so much, Sergej, for jumping on. Everybody, take care.
Yeah, thank you very much.